Hello, everyone, and welcome to another lesson. I'm very happy to have you here with me today. Today, we're going to do an exciting sales dashboard. So, the idea is today we're going to be able to, all of us, we have income. Most of the people who watch my channel are people who have side income, side streams of income, and they make money on the side. And I thought that maybe we can do an automation and tie that up with a lovable interface so we can do a sales dashboard that will give us the current sales, this month sales, past month sales, and also a year overview with pie chart with charts and pie charts. So we're gonna do that today, and I'm gonna explain to you how we're going to do that step by step. So that being said, let's go over first the first because it's split into two workflows. So the first workflow is the workflow that we see in front of us, which is it starts with an email trigger. So this waits on any email that is coming through your attached account. I don't have here a Gmail account. I have my personal domain account. So if you have, for example, a domain, mine is aiautokit.io. I have for example, info at aiautokit.io. So you can put that in here. And what I'm saying is email trigger. So anything that is unseen, any email that I get that is unseen, just give me a notification or trigger this whole workflow. Okay, this is the first step. The second step is we will check if the sender is within these domains. Okay, so because we don't want to have every email, because we're probably getting sales data from specific emails. For example, an example would be Stripe. So whenever we're going to get an email from Stripe, or for example, a notification at stripe.com, whenever we get an email from that, it will be true and it will continue to the next check. So first we check, is it from the emails that we usually get sales from? And then here we have an or between them. So they don't have to all be true to continue. Any of them is true, just continue. And then the next one would be subject check. And here we're saying that if the subject contains sold or sale or sold or payment of, then proceed and continue. The reason why is sometimes, for example, from Stripe, we don't get always notifications or emails on that we've made money. Sometimes we'll get emails, marketing emails, sometimes tax invoices, sometimes things that are not related to payments. And this is why I have this check. It will check that only the emails that have this in the title. And then after both of these are done and it is true, it will go to our AI thinking agent, and this agent has I've put as DeekSeek R1 as the brain, and it has a structured output as this schema. So basically what we're saying here inside of this agent is we're going to take the subject of the email, whether if the text plain is true, take it. If it's not, take the text.html. So if the text plain is exists, take it. So this is a small if statement there. Then we were saying that you're an expert email analyzer, and then we say that you need to output this JSON product amount, date, and type. And then sources to keep in mind. So we're saying what is the email source here. If it's domain one, if it comes, for example, from Stripe, then it's a store related. If it comes from whatever other domain, it's newsletter. If it comes whatever domain, it's affiliate. This will categorize our sales information. And then, of course, as I said, I want a structured. So here the structure would be product, it's a string, price, it's a number, date. So all of that would be, we would have all of that. And then we need to update the database, and the database is this one. So I have some mock data here. So the database is called sales and it has product, price, type, and date. This is all what we need to have the dashboard. And here it will keep on updating. It will keep on updating the whole thing with new information as it gets. So whatever new email that I will get, this will be triggered, and then it will update the database with new information. So if you can see here, this is a test run that I had before, an email that landed in my inbox and it went through the true. The output was template 1, and then as the product, the price was 18, the date gave me the date, and this and the type is gave me store, exactly as I have it. And then it updated the database. So this is part 1 of the whole workflow. So this keeps updating our database with whatever sales or payment information that we get to our email. The second one, and this is a very interesting one, and this is the one that will keep on updating our dashboard. So what this one is, it starts with a webhook, and this webhook has of course a production URL. But what's important is that I've put a credentials for this. So I can create new credentials, and I could have authorization, and then I generate a long string of text as a password, for example, and I hit save. This will give our webhook a password and authorization. That means that no one can access this, because it's very important. This is sales data information for us, and we don't want anyone to access this except the people that are authorized. So you can create your own authorization for your own webhooks, just as any other API has authorization. Now you can, with a webhook, you can create your own authorization, and you can name it whatever you want. You can name it authorization, or you can name it your name here. You can name it whatever you want, and you can put the key for here and save, and it will be saved. And of course, use the production URL, don't use the test URL. And then in the respond, you should always say respond to webhook node, because there's a respond to webhook at the end. So when this is triggered, what we do is we just go and get the sales information from here. So what we're doing is that we're saying get me all information from this database, and then we aggregate them into one field, all item into one field, and then we'll respond with with all the items that we got back to the webhook. All right, so now that we have both of our workflows ready to go, so this is active, everything is ready to go. So this will wait for any sales email, it will update our database, and this will wait for any calls from our dashboard to get all the information. Now what we want to do is go to Loveable. So I go to Loveable here, and here I put a long prompt on what I want exactly for the dashboard. So this prompt that I wrote here, I've done a lot of iterations on it in order to get a single prompt that gets me the dashboard that I want. And as you can see also, I've attached an image that I created, that I've made, so that it follows the visual style of that image that I created. So I attached an image and I created this whole prompt, and inside of the prompt I added the webhook and the authorization key and everything, and I asked it everything. So this whole prompt, you can get it with both of these workflows as JSONs, so you can create your own dashboard easily by just importing. You said import from file for both of these workflows, and then you take the prompt and the picture, and you can create your own custom sales dashboard, or you can sell this for clients by creating dashboards for them. So let's just click enter and see what this creates for us. So obviously we're gonna wait for this until it finishes. because it's going to take a couple of minutes to get our dashboard finished and running. I'm gonna wait for this to finish and then I'll get back to you. I'll pause this video so when this is finished we can see the final product. So as you can see, it's still running. I just wanted to give you an update. So once it's over, I'll get back to you guys and see what it's done. It's not very long, but it's just thinking through and editing. All right, it just finished. As you can see, we have our dashboard here. Let's see if we can open it in a new tab. There you go. Now how beautiful is this? So we have our sales dashboard, here our sidebar like menu. It has the word sales and it comes with a logo. So it has the current month sales and gives us how the trend is from last month. It gives us the last month sales, it gives us this year and the total sales so far. And here it gives us a daily sales by type. And here it specifies the types that we have, and here by month, and it breaks it down by month. And here it gives us the general pie chart of what are the divisions by type. Now how beautiful is that? So that was all made from the prompt that we gave it, and then the image that we supplied it in order to make this dashboard. Of course, let's get back to n8n. So this is all taking information from this webhook. As you can see here, if we go to executions, here you can see it executed this one, and it gave the information back. It gives 163, and then it aggregated them and then sent it back to the webhook. So this dashboard, is taking information from this workflow, and this workflow is basically waiting on any new email that comes with sales and updates the database. So for example, this one, if we copy this one and then we paste it in here and we put a really ridiculous number here, like let's say 340, and then we change the date to today's date, for example, and then we waited on it until it saves, and then we go back here and then we refresh this. We should see a change in the dashboard. There you go. As you can see here, we made $340, and the whole price changed, and here it changed as well. So as you can see, it's a live dashboard that takes information from a live webhook. I hope you guys enjoyed this lessons. I will put everything, so the both of these JSONs, I will put them, and the image and the prompt available inside of my community. I'll put a link to my community below, so you can access all of that and you can make your own beautiful sales dashboard like this one. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Please give it a like, subscribe for more videos, and see you in the next one.